Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, we're going to be learning how to export a Daz avatar to Substance Painter for texturing. So I'm starting out with um, importing my avatar into my scene. I just checked out where my textures are. Now I'm deleting the lashes and the tear geometry from my scene, and once that is done, I'm going to export that out. You'll see the export settings just use as so on the screen, and once that's done, we're going to jump into Substance Painter. I'm going to import my um, avatar into Substance Painter. You'll just see right now I'm just trying to pick my file, and once that is selected, I'm going to make sure I turn on the use UV tile workflow because the Daz avatar has multiple units, so that needs to be checked in order to work properly inside of Substance Painter. So right now I'm just checking out my scene and just making sure my avatar is imported correctly and all the meshes are there. Next thing I'm going to do is to bring in the textures from Daz. So once that is done, I'm just going to click on import. I'm going to locate where these textures are and just bring in all the textures for the arms, the head, the face. I'm using a Genesis 8.0 in this particular tutorial, so the face does come as a different UD map from the head, so you would see that in my import. So I'm just going to make sure I import all of those, the base color, the AO map, and the specular map, and you'll be seeing shortly how I'm going to impute them inside of Substance. So bringing those textures in, make sure everything is set as texture, then you import. So you see them right in your texture library. Just making the icon small enough to be able to recognize them. So for every layer, I'm going to delete the default paint layer that comes with Substance default file and put in a new paint layer, fill layer, sorry. Now I'm going to go in and add in an AO channel under my texture set settings, activate that and put in my AO texture map there. As you can see, that also affects the shade of the base color. The AO map is not so common in all the textures, depending on the avatar you're using. I put in the bump map in the roughness channel, and I'm going back to Daz to just check if this particular avatar had a bump map and to know exactly what texture file the bump map was created for. So here, I'm going to scroll back up, and now I can see that the bump map was put in the wrong channel, so I'm just going to replace it and put in a height. And now you can see the skin textures are coming through. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my I'm going to go back to Daz and just check for my roughness channel. And since I'm not seeing anything, I'm going to go back to Painter and just turn off my roughness channel and my metal channel. And then copy and paste that same textures for the ears. You can see. So I thought something was wrong here, but it was correct. All I just needed to do was to put in my AO channel on my ear, texture set. Now I'm just going to speed this up because it's basically the same thing I did for most of the other texture sets. So I'll get back to you once I'm done putting in all the texture set for my avatar. So my textures are all set up correctly, and now I'm going to bring in the makeup reference I'm going to be using for this tutorial. It's the blue-green makeup with heavy black liner, and I'm just doing the final checks from Daz. I'm also trying to put in the eye texture just so it can help us throughout throughout our texturing process. I'm just going to also speed this part up so we don't waste any more time on it. So now our eyes are all set up. It's time to begin our makeup. So I'm just going to go into my face texture set, and I'm going to create a new layer, just doing final adjustment on the eye. And now I'm going to create a new folder, rename it makeup, and I'm going to create a fill layer inside of my new makeup folder. So make sure you rename your layers. It's always good to rename your layers, especially when you're creating something very complicated, or it's just great to know what layer is for what layer. I turned off all the channels apart from the color channel, and I'm using the eyedropper tool to pick the shade of blue I wanted. I added a black mask to my fill layer, and I added a paint paint layer to my black mask. I'm just going to pick up a soft brush here and just begin to paint. I'm going to also speed up this whole process, not so much so you can actually see what I'm going through, but basically it's all like based off of your preference. So I just did a lot of shading in. I also made sure that I was working in symmetry, so I don't have to do the same thing on the left hand side as I was doing on the right hand side. So I just literally um, created what I wanted to see or what looked good to me. Um, so just watch and you would pick up most of what I did. It's just basically for the green layer I created a new fill layer, added a black mask and also added a thin layer on top and just did the same coloring. Same thing with the eyeliner. So you see that all through. I just don't want to spend so much time like talking about it because it's pretty much a repetitive process. So just watch and see. And I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Bye.